Hey, it's David Thomas with your morning devotion from Orchard Hills Church here in Noonan. I hope you're having an incredible day. I hope your week is off to a good start or your week is going well. And my father, Dr. Stacy Thomas, is back. He's seen his devotions the past few days. So praise the Lord for that. I know that those devotions will bless your life. So if you missed them, definitely go back. You can just watch them in the video section of our Facebook page, or you can go to our YouTube channel and you can watch them there. So today I want to talk to you about really investing in others. And this is, let me read Proverbs 27:17. It says, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. So yes, that does apply to men, right? It's men and helping other men and encouraging other men and to be godly fathers and godly bosses and godly employees and just godly society, members of society. But it also applies to obviously your children, your wife, your colleagues, the people that you come in contact with. So you need to be giving value to that relationship. So you need to be, it's a two-way street. Iron sharpens iron. You can't just be a taker in that relationship. I really want you to think about your relationship with other people as a bank account. Is really the best way to think about it. Think of your relationship with other people as a bank account. And if you really had to be brutally honest with yourself right now, think of those that are around you that you come into contact with every day. Is that bank account overflowing? Is it in abundance? Or is it potentially, getting down to the bare minimum? Or is it potentially overdrawn? I know unfortunately, sometimes that bank account can be closed, right? And that that person has cut you off or is no longer open to spending time with you or that kind of thing. Obviously, we don't want that to happen because you don't want to be a drain on that bank account. How do you do that? How do you invest in someone? How do you sharpen that other person? Well, first and foremost, the best part is you got to shut your mouth. All right. Sometimes you just have to listen. I mean, nobody wants to be around someone who's always negative. I mean, everybody knows that person, right? It doesn't matter whether they're coming or whether they're going, something's always wrong. My father always tells this story. It's pretty funny. There was a church member that used to go to our old church before we moved down here to Noonan, and I think he's passed by this point. But every time my father would ask him how he was doing, and then of course I was standing there with him, he'd say terrible, terrible every single time. Every single time he'd come out of the church service, my father say, "Hey, how you doing?" And he'd say terrible. It didn't matter, but we knew what it was coming. And nobody wants to be around that person. Nobody wants to be around someone who's always negative, who's always draining, who always is just unloading their problems onto you, right? I mean, think about it. People, they have problems of their own. And sometimes they're glad that you're the one with the problem and they're not, right? So here's the point. You want to be someone of value. You want to be someone who sharpens. You want to be iron that's sharpening other iron, not dulling it, not taking from that relationship always. Is it okay to be in need and have bad days and need to talk about it and potentially get help for that situation? Absolutely. We've all been there. But take an inventory of your current relationships, whether it be your superiors, your employees, maybe it's your family members, your kids, right? It's so easy as a parent, and obviously I have 5 kids, or not obviously, but obviously I know is what I'm saying because I have 5 kids myself. And especially as fathers and mothers too, we're so wrapped up with our lives of, running businesses or, bringing home the bacon and all of these things that we get tied up with coming, the kids come home and, my son will just rip off his clothes and just throw them all over the floor, and it's just, who do you expect to pick that up? Right. So what do? Pick up your clothes, go brush your teeth, go wash your hands, go get a shower, it's like, it's always, telling them what to do. It's easy to fall into that trap of never truly investing in that your child, right? How was your day today, honey? Tell me what's going on in your life. You making friends at school, or is your teacher nice? What do you want to do this weekend? What do you like to do? Find out about them. Ask questions. Asking questions and listening is the best thing you can do. I mean, if someone calls you up and just says, "Hey, I just want to check on you. How's your day going? It makes you feel good, doesn't it? And guess what? You just deposited into that person's bank account. It could be as simple as that. So do an inventory. I challenge you right now to do an inventory of your current relationships, whether they're family members or work, or maybe even at your church. Are you constantly withdrawing from that emotional bank account of that person? Are you depositing as well? Are you building rich relationships? Are you building and investing in that person? Because guess what? There's going to be times where you're going to need a little grace. Maybe you make a mistake, and that person is going to be much more likely to hear your side of the story and to give you the benefit of the doubt if that emotional bank account is full. Because we all mess up. We all need grace from time to time. We all lash out in anger. And sometimes that understanding year will be had when that emotional bank account is full. So make sure that you're depositing into your relationships and you're giving value to those relationships. You're sharp, being iron that is sharpening iron, because that's what it tells us to do. And so we want to be a person of value. We want to be a person who deposits. We don't need a person who teaches and encourages and really truly cares about our fellow Christians, our family, our work colleagues. Okay, so really, I challenge you to take that inventory, be a depositor. Not someone who's constantly withdrawing. And I'm telling you, you will see a overflowing abundance in your relationships. All right. So I hope you got value from this. Once again, David Thomas with Orchard Hills Church. I definitely appreciate you spending these few minutes with me, and I hope you have an incredible weekend. Take care.